The whole valley is loaded with anti-government cranks, gun fanatics, conspiracy buffs, and hardcore MAGA gun-toting rednecks. What? That sounds amazing, right? Welcome to what everybody says is the armpit of Alaska, Wasilla and the Matsu Valley, Nagaland, Arctic Alabama. So this was the 10th day on this Alaska adventure, and boy, we couldn't wait to get up here. The Matsu Valley is this whole region here, north of Anchorage. It's a lot of farmland, suburbs, soccer moms, and apparently meth heads, if you believe the internet. You've heard of Wasilla before. That's up here. That's where Sarah Palin used to live. So Kim and I took a few days to explore this part of Alaska to show you how these people live. It's a very unique part of the state. There's nowhere else like it.
I'm the gerbil whisperer.
What is happening? Yes, that's a rat made to run around on a wheel for hours a day for our enjoyment. You might be wondering, why is this still allowed, Nick? Well, the Democrats all live an hour away. That's why. But if this ain't an indication of how necky this part of Alaska is, we're at the damn Alaska State Fair, everyone. Country music, farm shit, guns, my kind of place. State Fair comes to Alaska every August, and boy do they look forward to it. Every damn pickup truck in central Alaska comes down here for a day. And where else would they have it but in the Matsu Valley? This part of Alaska has about 120,000 people. Maybe 1 out of 6 Alaskans lives in this valley. It's not nearly as diverse as other parts of the state. It's mostly white families of various economic means. The burbs! A lot of these people drive down to Anchorage every day for work. A lot of them fled Anchorage when it got all ghettoized, because it's cheaper here and you can get some land. Okay, so now what's the big deal? Why are we here? Because the way it's described seems so interesting. Word is, this is where all the hardcore Republicans live. And I got that vibe. So most Alaskans are some shade of libertarian-ish conservative. Alaska always picks the Republican running for president, but for the most part, folks up here are more about live and let live than they are the hardcore Bible thumpers you find in the Deep South. If you're a liberal and you aren't all in their faces about it, nobody's really going to care. Just leave people alone. Let them be. So you can split this part of Alaska up into 3 areas: Wasilla, Palmer, and Prepperland, way over there. We're going to go there next. We're going to begin right here in Wasilla. This is what Wasilla looks like in some of the cheaper sides of town. Stuff on this street, it's about $300,000. So one time, a state senator named Ben Stevens called a woman from Wasilla valley trash. Uh-oh. Well, that pissed off a bunch of people. So the city council said, we'll come pick you up and drive you around and show you we're not just a bunch of hicks. We have social skills and manners and nice things. The one thing that nobody can deny, drugs are a real problem up here. And crime, too. There's a lot of unemployment and poverty around here, just like where you live. Some websites call this the worst place to live in Alaska. Well, that's not fair. I can think of worse places I've seen already. 10 minutes from the Anchorage airport, where I almost got shanked a week ago. This place is fucking wrecked. Yeah, there's a lot of junk in yards. There's homes in disrepair. But that's Alaska, though. It's like that all over this state. Wasilla has been described as hillbillies, lifted trucks, and, well, rednecks. I read about meth labs and Confederate flags. There's a NASCAR track in the area. You can tell how they feel about the outdoors when you see what's happening in their Walmart parking lot. There you go. That's how they keep their car warm in the wintertime. Brown jug and Walmart. Looks just like a regular Walmart to me. Nothing too weird in here. Now there's some people with pink hair up here. The Target parking lot indicated a different breed of the end of the rotors. Look at that. Let's go! Democrats and other heathens, keep out, damn it. Manchurian candidate? What? Most of this is just regular people. Hard workers who hate boys in girls' sports. You have to love them just because of that. I'll tell you what, though. You do not turn down the wrong drive out here. They'll pull next to you in a public street and ask, "What are you doing on my road?" Everybody has a gun out here. And you'd better too. Or alpacas. What are they? Hey guys. So most of the information I've showed you on Alaska so far seems to be skewed right. And that can be a problem. I try to be truthful in my dispatches, something I try to avoid. And as you know, there's a huge bias in the media. It's easy to fall into an echo chamber where you keep hearing the same perspective over and over, especially when you stay inside your own social media feed, right? So what's the solution? Ground News. It's a great resource that I've been using to get a more balanced understanding of news I care about, which is why I'm glad they're the sponsor of today's video. Ground News is a website and app that gathers articles from over 50,000 news sources in one place, so you compare how different outlets cover the same story, the bias, and who owns the source. It's great. You can see if there's a political bias for hot topics and for breaking news. The website's backed by ratings from 3 independent news monitoring organizations. Here's an example. So I'm going to look up an immigration story, which is very political. And you can see here that the distribution of media bias, it's pretty even. It's a little right-leaning. You can sort through all the sources right here. And you can see that today there were 43 articles with a left-leaning bias and 47 with a right-leaning bias. Then you can sort through each of them and you can get a balanced sense in what people are talking about. One of my favorite features is the blind spot feed, where you can get stories that are disproportionately covered by the left or the right. Here you can see stories that you might have missed, and you can get an understanding on stories that are getting coverage from only one side of the political spectrum. Go to groundnews.com/Nick Johnson and find out how Ground News can change the way you look at the news. And if you sign up with my link, you get 40% off their Vantage plan. That's the plan that I use to get unlimited features on their website. There's also a QR code on the screen. Scan that and it'll take you right to the website as well. Ground News has helped me stay informed with clear, unbiased reporting. I think they're doing something really important, and I highly recommend you give it a try. And now back to the video about Alaska. Oh, that was awesome. We just saw moose and moose babies. We got Mugshot Saloon, another Alaska favorite. Oh my God, look at that. This is a great place. I just came to get a picture.
It's gonna cost you money.
I know, we're coming right back. Well, ain't that Wasilla for you? We got the Alaska Cadillac Cafe and the Nick Country Liquor. This is where all the locals get after it and get their fill. Well, there you go. It's about time we stopped at one of 5,000 little coffee shacks in this state. I swear. Weed and coffee shacks. There's more dispensaries and these little coffee huts in this state than anything else. Guess you get high and then you need a boost. I don't know, because I don't do drugs. The Trout House, next to the Big Juicy Steaks place. Man. All the motorcycles. And it's in the mountains in the background. I bet if I yelled Trump 2024, I'd get me a free beer.
There aren't any litter boxes in this place. I bet there isn't a furry in this whole state.
Well, that's right, Mappy. Alaska isn't woke. That's why so many people want to move here. But now that Trump won, maybe people don't have to flee the lower 48 anymore. Now, if Wasilla is Alabama, I guess you could say Palmer is Nebraska. Cleaner, safer, and just chill. Not fancy or anything, but a really nice place, especially for families. This is a typical Palmer neighborhood that's nice. It's a place called Palmer Sky Ranch. Everything in here is about $500,000. And this is what a new neighborhood in this part of Alaska looks like. Really nice looking, huh? Out in nature. It's really safe, and families can get ahead up here. Sorta. I would totally take a 45-minute commute from here into Anchorage through the mountains. Way more than a 2-hour drive through nasty LA every morning. This is all $400,000. Get in on that, people. So Wasilla is mostly chains and strip malls. Palmer has kind of a little downtown. It's mostly just places to throw back some suds, which I did. The size of that cabbage. Produce grows really well up here in the summer, since the sun never goes down. Palmer is where most of the crops are grown in this valley. But only 10% of the food eaten in Alaska is actually grown here. And some say all this sprawl is threatening the future of agriculture here. We need more farms, not houses, some fume. So a lot of these people up here, they're conservative for sure. But if you talk to them like I did, you'll find that many are more middle of the road in their political views. They want strong families, safe streets, and guns. Work hard, play hard, and help your neighbor. I think we can all agree on that. Another dispensary grow thing, Mr. Bud. Not sure what's going on here. Look at this big Alaska church. Doesn't look like the church where you live, does it? And then we have the hamburger house, which also looks like a damn log cabin. You got anything stuffed on the wall? Big giant moose or a bear?
Not right now, no. I had a bear at one time.
So we are here in Palmer, and it's pretty windy and chilly. I'm trying to show how this is country MAGA land, and then you see stuff like this, the chicken coop. What is the chicken coop? Of course, it's right next to Four Corners Lounge. What I was told is the trashiest bar in Palmer. Let's go find out. This place is awesome. My kind of place. Yep, we got grid on.
That was a lot.
Whoa. Come on now.
Come on, big money.
This place has those pull tabs. I showed you that in Anchorage. They're a big deal up here. Real easy way to throw all your money away. Nope.
No.
No. This is real Alaska right here. Look at that view from the damn patio. Man, this state sure is purty. Oh, this is hard. But we got outside. Come on now. We can just sit in the bars. One day, Kim and I went on a hike that was supposed to be an easy peasy kind of walk. It was not that. Maybe easy for Alaska people. Hard-working Alaskans harvesting wood like real men should. Okay, so this is day 10 out here in Alaska. We are in the Matsu Valley in Palmer, on the outskirts of Palmer, at the Naughty Bed and Breakfast, Naughty Lodge Bed and Breakfast out here. And as you can see, it's a beautiful building. They say it took 56 hand-hewn, selectively picked logs from the Alaska forest for that thing right there. And the brochure says, just like Moses was very particular about the wood and the logs that he chose for the ark, so were the folks at the Knotty Pine B&B in Palmer. I'm going to show you our car. Well, it's just a regular Toyota Highlander 4x4. Is all that is. We didn't get the accidental Grand Wagoneer or the crazy Jeep because they want $5,200 a month for a damn rental car Jeep in Alaska. Another ripoff. I did not realize how expensive this state was going to be before we came up here. Part of that's because we're up here in summertime and it's tourist season. And there just really aren't a lot of options for staying in unique places like this up here. So they get you pretty bad. It's gonna be by far the most expensive trip I'll probably ever do. And that's just the way it goes, so that I can bring you guys views like this. There's some fans over there saying hi. So that I can bring you views like this of the beautiful Alaska surrounding wilderness. We spent the whole day at State Fair. Because where else are you going to get a taste of the real Alaska culture, right? Women for Trump. Look at all that Trump stuff. They had all kinds of Trump stuff at the fair. You know, all this was very popular. And I didn't see a single Kamala anything. It probably wouldn't have sold if they had it anyways. The food up here is totally Alaska. A quesadilla? Wild salmon quesadilla? What? That sounds disgusting, actually. And oysters at a state fair? These people, I tell you. Now, they had lots of gun booths here. And I asked, you can just walk up and buy a rifle with a big old scope and take it on the damn Ferris wheel with you if you wanted to. Try that in California. And you can buy drugs at the Alaska State Fair. I think you can actually maybe do that in California. And I was real envious of that dude. Russia's only 600 miles away, people. Where else can you buy a fur and make a moose? Only here, people. They had Democrats you can ride. Future nuggets. Cross-dressing goats. That's weird. And Peaches was all alone. And that is just sad. Hey, Peaches. Oh, you are a proud pig. Those were Hummers.
Did you know Alaska's been called the worst dressed state in the country? They wear dirty overalls and slippers to church.
Well, hell, Mappy. They don't care about that so much. They shop at Walmart like everyone else. All they need is a sidearm and a damn can of chew. And maybe a buck once in a while.
Orange! 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 There you go! There you go! Red! 50 cents!
So there you go. The MAGA land of Alaska. It's not for everyone up here, but it should be. These people have good values. They make sense. And they're tough. It's the only real middle-class part of our biggest state. They have everything up here that you have. Nice burbs, rundown areas, problems. But you don't have that view, do you? This part of Alaska is a throwback to when America was America. Simple and carefree. Nobody up here cares what kind of truck you drive or where your kid goes to school. They just want to be left alone. What is Alaska to you?
Well, Alaska is home to me, but it's like my home away from home because I've kind of lived everywhere, and I've always come back here. But I don't know. I mean, I grew up here, and I miss it, and I love it, and I hate it at the same time.
What do you love the most, and what do you not like the most?
I love the fact that you can literally do almost anything you want out here, you know, and for people that enjoy or have like a sense of adventure, Alaska offers any kind of adventure you want. So I'm 39 now, and I grew up here, and I mean, I'd constantly be hiking or fishing or hunting, and now my stay here is for different reasons, but it's I hate it to the point now where it's just so far removed from all my friends and really civilization. Mm-hmm. So it's become something of like a chore to be up here, I think, to me. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of, you have to settle into the fact that you kind of are stuck here once you get here, mm-hmm. if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. How, what's the mentality of the people that most of the folks in Alaska, independent, free-spirited, ornery, I don't know, like how would you define like the typical Alaskan?
It's funny because my dad is why I would always come back here after we had initially moved, and he was like quintessential Alaskan man. I mean, he was grumpy, he was ornery, he was cantankerous, and he was the type of man that, you know, Christmas Day, FedEx would pull up in the driveway and he'd greet him with a gun, asking him what he's doing on his property. And that's what a lot of Alaska is like when you get outside the city, is they don't like outsiders, they don't like TV, they don't like intrusion, they come here to get lost or to, you know, find themselves. And that's really the mentality that you see for real Alaskans. Mm-hmm. But there's a whole other side to them too. I mean, they're very appreciative of the way of life up here. You can learn a lot from them, and you just have to they have to get to know you to let them in, and then you can really see what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. Does Alaska feel separate, do you think, from the rest of the country? I mean, does it feel like, I mean, it's clearly separated, but like,
by a whole other country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, do you feel like because I always hear people, Alaskans, they're Alaskans before they're Americans, right? Like, I've heard people say that. Is that true? Or do you feel like you're definitely a part of the United States, the rest of the country?
I don't think that people here like to be considered a rest of the, a part of the United States. I think that they like to think that we're in our own country, in their own little world. And I think that is true because not only are we so far removed, but because of the way of lifestyle is very different. There is a lot of sustenance hunting and living off land and off grid, and people don't want to rely on the government. They don't want to rely on help. They want to be able to do things for themselves and not have to pay for it, or in some way or another, whether it's financially or dependent upon somebody. They're very independent mindset up here, which. If you didn't grow up that way, I didn't really grow up that way when I was born up here. We had running water and a beautiful home and, cars and things like that. And then I moved to Florida, and when I came back, it's like you have to kind of reacclimate when you leave. And it is an adjustment, I think, going south of the border, anywhere north of Canada, you are in your own little world. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, hey, Nick Johnson fans. So YouTube's pushing this whole membership thing now, and I think it's great. So I set one up for this channel. If you want to be a member on this channel, you can only do it on your computer right now. They make it hard for some reason. So go and hit join right there, and you can support the channel and join various membership tiers. I'm excited about it because I'm going to post all sort of behind the scenes content, extra interviews, fun mappy stuff, bonus songs, and more. Just some extra stuff that doesn't make it onto the main channel. So think about becoming a member. Huh, everyone?
You should join. I did.
Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right. I'll sit down and talk about where the next perfect place for you and your family should be. I do it all the time. Together, let's find you a new home that's safe and checks all your boxes. And I can also help you find your new house, too. Email me and I'll work with you. I'm not just helping you figure out where to move, but I can help you find your perfect home too. That's right. I know awesome, reliable agents all over the country, and I'd love to connect you to somebody who can help you search for that perfect home. And if you want to buy some Mappy gear, click the store link on my homepage. From there, you can check out the latest merch. There's hoodies, coffee cups, stickers, and shirts. Show off how much you love Mappy and support the channel. And I'm on Cameo too. If you want me to send you or somebody you know a personalized video message, go to Cameo and search Nick Johnson YouTube. It's fun.
Hey YouTube world, I'm Sage, Nick's manager. You've enjoyed a Corner House Entertainment production, so watch another one.
Hey guys, if you learned something new about America or what it's like to live in America, great. You should think about subscribing and turning on your notifications. You can also click one of these videos or playlists for more.